Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on financial empowerment through wealth creation, organized by Area of Finance and Accounting by Alliance School of Business, Alliance University, in collaboration with Association of Mutual Fund of India. I'm delighted to have you all here today as we discuss ways to gain financial independence and build long-term wealth. In today's rapidly changing world, financial empowerment is more important than ever. It's not just about having enough money to meet our immediate needs, but also about creating a secure future for ourselves and our loved ones. In this webinar, we will explore various strategies and tools that can help us achieve financial stability and independence. We will also discuss the common challenges that people face when it comes to managing their finances and how to overcome them. I hope that by the end of this webinar, you will have gained valuable insights and practical tips to help you take control of your financial life and create a brighter financial future for yourself. Now, I welcome our respected Dean and Registrar Examinations, Dr. Ajay Yadav, who is ever supporting and encouraging for all such events. I request Dr. Ajay sir to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, madam. It's definitely a very important day today because we are collaborating with the Association of Mutual Funds in India, and we are hosting this webinar. At the outset, I would like to welcome the chief guest of the function for being with us in delivering his talk on the topic. And I thank, first of all, the Association of Mutual Funds for collaborating with us for this webinar. And also my colleagues, my fellow members in the university who have worked hard to make this program a success. Now, financial independence is a very important term, and this term has become much more important. We have realized this during the COVID time, and post-COVID, it has gained a lot of ground, and people have started seriously thinking about it. Before COVID, our life was more casual and more unplanned, but now people are looking for financial independence, looking for sources of earnings which can definitely feed them, which can definitely provide them a backing when situations like COVID happens. Because at the time when the COVID happened, no one was prepared for it. And that is why there have been huge losses for people, both in terms of jobs and in terms of earning capacity. So financial independence today gains ground on that background. And I think this webinar is definitely, we feel that it is a good learning ground, not only for the people like us, for the people who are already into the profession, into the professional life, but also to the students and to the young current generation, because it is their life which is more at stake in days to come. The kind of volatility which is there in the markets, not only in the markets, but now it's volatility is even in our life, everyday life. So to overcome that volatility or to cover up against such volatility, such risk, it is very important that financial independence is achieved. So how to achieve that financial independence? Definitely there are investment alternatives available. One of them is mutual funds, and it's definitely a good alternative for any investor. So how to achieve that financial independence and how to make sure that our life going forward doesn't come into crisis as it came in during the COVID period. So with these thoughts, I think I leave it to the experts to talk about it and give us some guidance, give us some knowledge where we can definitely plan the next 10, 15, for 20 years of our life in a way that we don't enter into such crisis, and even if we're in crisis, we are in safe place. Thank you again. Welcome. Thank you again to all the experts who have come here to share their views in the webinar, and I wish the webinar a success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for thought-provoking introduction and welcome address. I hope all the audience will take a note of it, how financial independence can help you come out of volatilities at several stages of life. I'll quickly take a minute to introduce our speaker today, Shri Suryakant Sharma. Mr. Sri Suryakant Sharma is a commerce graduate and master's in law with specialization in corporate laws. He is also chartered associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Shri Sharma has over 35 years experience in banking and finance and securities market and has served in a leading financial institution, thereafter in Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and finally in SEBI. Under his supervision, more than 15,000 financial literacy and investor awareness programs were conducted across North India, and he himself has addressed as guest speaker in more than 600 investor awareness programs. After superannuation from SEBI in 2019, he has joined Association of Mutual Funds in India, an apex body of mutual fund in India, as a senior consultant in North India. I welcome you, sir. The program is all yours from here on. Please take it forward.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, respected Yadav Sahab, for joining this program. I'm also thankful to other senior functionaries of the university, and I'm very happy that the effort of Dr. Abdul Hamid, he has been working on this program for almost last 15 days. He has been in touch with. Thank you, Dr. Hamid, for making this happen in your university. And of course, today is a webinar only, but Yadav Sahab, I will be more than happy to come to university physically also next time when I plan to visit Bangalore. So we'll
yeah, definitely we would want you to be here and interact with our students and our colleagues.
So nice of you. So nice of you. So thank you all of you for giving me opportunity. But before the start of my session, I just want to make it clear that this program is from Association of Mutual Funds in India, Amfi, which is an apex body of mutual funds in India. But my dear participant, today's program is not a marketing event or a promotional event of mutual funds. It is an investor awareness program. And there are two categories of investors. Dr. Hamid knows it very well. One category which Dr. Hamid belongs to, those who are already earning. And the other category are potential investors, those who are not yet earning, Dr. Neha, but they are going to earn very soon. You are students and your research scholars. So my program will be focusing on both the categories of investors. And I treat both the even students as investors and rather more important investors because they are going to be the future of this country. Secondly, at this program is for participants, particularly students. I will request them that if they wish, they can have one pen and one paper with them, notebook with them. They can note down anything they found, new idea or new information in my session, which they can explore through Google and websites. Dr. Neha, we are living in now Google era, internet era, everything is available. Rather, we are flooded with the information. So these programs are just sensitizing programs, motivating programs to go into the details of the investment and all these things. And thirdly and lastly, I will be more than happy to, if more and more questions come from the participants, because that will be a reflection that they have taken interest into the subject. They are keen to know about the subject, and they may even give their opinion. What I have said in my session, I will welcome them as well. So, Dr. Hamid, because I want it to be interactive, of course, it will not be so interactive, which I normally keep when I do physical programs, but still I will like to make it a little bit more active. Dr. Hamid, just tell me what money gives us, why we are so passionate about money.
So one is the safety of the future. We want to, invest and save for our future. That's the target of everyone, right? Then compounding. That is another very important thing is how to multiply the funds.
Oh, you're absolutely right. To my thinking, money gives Dr. Yadav three basic stages in phases in our life. We need money. First, to take care of our basic needs, roti, kapda, makan. Everybody has got right to get these basic needs met. And of course, without money, it is not possible. So when people don't have anything, or rather have very small money, the first thought in comes in their mind is that their basic needs are met. But when their basic needs are met, Dr. Neha, we by nature, human beings by nature, don't stop there. We definitely then think of some comfortable life, a good house, a good, at least a moderate four-wheeler, comfortability at home, all electronics and electric items at home, to make our life comfortable. And we are very lucky, most of us are having even that phase of affordability and comfortability in our life. But even we don't stop there. Most of us then think of having a luxurious life, have a palatial house, a fancy car, costly gadgets at home, all these things. So this is rather a culmination of thoughts about the money. And it is very natural. It is very natural. But for those who are working, like you and me, Dr. Neha, the main source of money is the salary which we get from our employer. In your case, from university, in my case, from my Amfi, and earlier I was getting salary from SEBI and all these things. And what we do with the salary, a majority of our salary goes into taking care of our basic needs. But still, Dr. Yadav will appreciate that we Indians have a typical and unique rather habit. Unique, I will tell it unique now. Every Indian family, may they be earning 10,000 or may they be earning 10 lakhs. Every Indian family try to take away some money out of their normal income, regular income. And the money which we don't spend out of regular income is savings. And we are all savers. And Dr. Aparna knows it very well that Indians are still one of the best savers in the world. That is it is a proud thing for all of us. So we Indians are still one of the best savers in the world. But there are some little bit casualty with regard to savings. Casualty in the sense, Ajay sir, people are not regular in saving. So my first request to youngsters, particularly your students, that please start saving right from the month when you start earning. This is very, very important. And never shy of saving even 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees. Normally we think, Are Baba, let it be. If I save 100 rupees or 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees, what difference is going to make? My dear participants, this 100 rupees, 500 rupees and 1,000 rupees is going to make a difference of lakhs of rupees in your life down the line after 10, 15, 20 years. So please be a saver right from the first month when you start earning. And second request to all of you is keep increasing your saving with the increase in your income. Definitely our income will increase. So should be the savings. So the two things I want to request to all youngsters particularly is start saving right from the first month when you start earning, and keep increasing your saving and down the line when your income increases. Now the second question arises, what to do with the savings which we are making? Dr. Aparna, saving is the first step. And the second and rather equally more important is that we should put our savings through a process into some acquisition of some assets or in some financial instrument which will give us return over a period of time. And the process of putting your savings into some assets or in some financial instrument, it is called investment. And Registrar Sir, investment is very important. Of course, without saving, what we will invest? That is why I've already told that saving is the first step and most important step. But we must not stop at the saving. We have to be investors. We have to be investors. because wealth creation will happen only through investment, not through saving. But again, nothing will happen without saving. So we have necessarily to be investor. And we middle class, salary class person, Dr. Aparna, I don't know whether you will agree with me or not. We have been savers, we have been investors, but unfortunately, most of how have just become money accumulators, Registrar Sir. We have not become wealth creators. There is a very, very important difference between wealth creation and money accumulation. But unfortunately, most of the middle class, salary class person, despite their sincere efforts in saving and investment, they just become money accumulators. And top of it, most of us don't accept it. Dr. Aparna might not agree. I might not be, my colleagues might be. This is our normal thinking that I am not money accumulator. My colleagues are, I am a prudent investor. So what is the difference between money accumulation and wealth creation? I just want to share the difference through a very simple example where Dr. Aparna, I will like you to permit me to take your name in this simple example of a bank FD. Very simple example. And I want to make it a very simple session. I don't want it to a technical session because you are all academicians. You know all the technicalities of finance and all these things. I want to reach to the general students, general participants, whose basic purpose is to make money. And very honestly speaking, the purpose of investment is to make money. And that is very simple, that my money should also earn money for me. This is a simple reason, this is a simple purpose of investments. So I was talking about the difference between money accumulation and wealth creation. And suppose, Dr. Aparna, you have got 1 lakh rupees with you. Of course, you must be having more than that. But just for example's sake, I am taking that you are having 1 lakh rupees with you and you go for a bank FD with a good bank. The present rate of bank FD is around 6.5% or so. It has increased to 7% now. Earlier, it was even 5% or so. We take it average 6%, just for example's sake. So suppose you go for a bank FD for 1 year at the rate of 6%. After 1 year, when I meet you and just ask you, ma'am, what happened to your FD? Definitely you will feel happy and your answer will be like this only, that you have earned 6,000 rupees as bank interest income and bank has given back your money. I think that will be your answer. And most of us are happy like this only, because whatever we earn on our investments, we feel that we are happy. But my dear participant, there are two very important factors which we must look at while analyzing return on our investment. The first and foremost factor is inflation, mehengai. Inflation is part of our life. Day in, day out, we experience inflation. But while analyzing our return, we simply forget the factor of inflation, which should not be the case. And what is inflation? Simply speaking, inflation is nothing but increase in the prices of goods, item or services over a period of time. Simple definition of inflation. So suppose last year, Dr. Aparna, when you were going for bank FD, suppose had you not gone for bank FD and you could have purchased something from 1 lakh rupees. After 1 year, would you be able to purchase same item, same goods and same services after 1 year at 1 lakh rupees? Would it be possible? We all know, Nusrat, Misa ma'am, it will not be possible. Why? Because of inflation, prices of those items and services have increased. Suppose the inflation rate has been 5%. I take it conservatively. Suppose the inflation rate is even 5%. What does it mean? That last year, whatever you could have got from 1 lakh rupees for the same item, same services, you will have to pay not 1 lakh rupees, but 1,05,000 rupees. So now you see the proposition, Abdul sir. Out of 6,000, in reality, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. Normally, we don't take such thing into account, but it is a fact of life. It is the reality. But even after that, Dr. Aparna is happy. Let it be. 5,000 might have eaten by the inflation. I still have 1,000 rupees. No, ma'am. There is another factor. That is taxability on investment return. Most, barring a few investment products which return are tax-free, most of the investment products return are taxable. Maybe income tax, maybe capital gain, maybe wealth tax, whatever it might be. So you have to pay income tax also. And the proposition with regard to FD is very clear, Dr. Aparna. We all know. Whatever you earn as interest on bank FD is treated as your income. And you have to include that income in your income tax return. And you have to pay income tax as per your slab. Suppose, conservatively speaking, you are in 20% bracket. Of course, you are not. But we presume that you are in 20% bracket. Then on 6,000, you will have to pay 20% income tax also. That is 1,200 rupees. Now you see the proposition, you are very happy when you got 6,000 rupees as bank interest. But in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation and 1,200 rupees has been paid as income tax on such return. And nowadays, Dr. Aparna, we can't avoid. Earlier in my active life, of course, the rule was same. But we were very well aware, let it be, who from income tax will come to collect this amount. We were normally not including such income in our income tax return. But now, because of technology, automatically, the moment you get credit of 6,000 rupees in your bank account, income tax people are aware because of technology. So you can't avoid it. You have to pay income tax. Now you see the proposition. You are very happy you got 6,000, but in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation and you have paid 1,200 rupees as income tax. Did you get anything, Dr. Aparna? No. Rather, 200 rupees has gone out of your pocket. And most of our investment are like this only. Very honestly speaking, most of the investment of middle class, salary class person are like this only. Why? Why it is so? Yes, Dr. Aparna, there is a reason for this. And the reason is not outside somewhere else. The reason lies in our mind. We middle class people have a typical mindset. Typical. What is that? We don't want to take any risk. Arey Baba, don't talk about any risk. Tell us something about safe investment. This is a normal question or a posture come when my session reaches at this stage. People just start asking through chat box even. Sir, tell us something about safe investment. Because we are risk averse. As a group, middle class as a group are risk averse. We don't want to take risk. Or rather, we don't even want to understand the risk. Because understanding risk will give you a better idea what risk is. But my dear participant, I want to tell you very bluntly, whether you will agree with me or not, most of the investments have got risk. Of course, Dr. Aparna, degree of risk will vary from product to product. Some product will have very high risk. Some product might have moderate risk. And some product might have very low risk. But risk is there. So to young students and young participants, I want to tell all of you, please do accept that in investment risk is there. And so is in life. Our life is also pretty uncertain. We are not sure what will happen tomorrow. Of course, we may live next 100 years. But even tomorrow is pretty uncertain. That is why in life also risk is there. And so is in the case of investment as well. So my dear participant, first, please accept that in investment risk is there. Because once you accept that, naturally, the next question which will come in our mind, Dr. Aparna, is how to manage my risk. How to minimize my risk. That is very natural. Everybody will think of minimizing a risk. Yes, my dear participants, we can minimize our risk. We can manage our risk by practicing a very two-word formula, very simple formula. Only 2-word formula. Even no need to write it. You know it all this. And the formula is think, understand, and invest. I have used only 2 words, my dear participants. Think, understand, and invest. The first word I have used is think. What we have to think, my dear participants, we have to think 2 things about ourselves. The first and very important thing is, what is my risk appetite? How much risk I can take? What is my risk-taking capacity? Is one and same thing. Risk simply means that I might lose some money, and even after that, I am in a position to lose that money. Or if the return is not there, even then I am okay. That is the risk in investment. So the first thing is, please take your investment decision strictly as per your risk appetite. How much risk you can take. And my dear participant, even your risk appetite is not a constant factor in your life. Dr. Aparna, risk is broadly related to your age. When we are young, you can take high risk, high degree, because you have got longer period to go, 30, 40 years to go. If something happens wrong, if something went wrong, no issue. We can rectify it and carry it on. We can make mistakes and then take experience out of those mistakes and carry on. But when a person crosses 55, 60, Dr. Aparna, like me, that luxury we don't have. That is why I keep telling youngsters, young minds, please do think of taking risk, because you have got age on plus side. But risk should never be blind risk. It should be a calculated risk, which simply means that you are rich, you should take risk as per your risk appetite. But one mistake normally we all have done, I don't know whether Nusrat Misa ma'am will agree with me or not. Most of us have done it. What is that, ma'am? We literally follow others while taking an investment decision. When Dr. Aparna is making some investment in some product, Nusrat Misa knows it very well. Oh, ma'am is a very good investor. She knows much about the finance and investment. So she will blindly follow her. Normally we all do. That is a blunder. Because the risk appetite of Dr. Aparna is different, ma'am, and risk appetite of yours is different. Why? Our income is different. Our family obligations are different. Our social structure, everything is different. So why we should follow others? Never. I will request all of you, never follow even your close friends, even your colleagues, even your relations, because you have got different risk appetite than those who you are following. So please don't follow others and take your investment decision as per your risk appetite. And when you are young, Dr. Aparna, your whole emphasis should be to get maximum return on your investments. Maximum return on investment, even by taking some calculated risk, because the focus should be on return. Normally, investment has got 3 dynamics, Dr. Aparna, and 3 are sometimes contrary and opposite to each other. The first one is return, because we make investment only for return. That is there. But the second dynamics is safety. Most of the people also think of safety first. They will even sacrifice return, but not at the cost of safety, particularly those who have already crossed 55, 60. Yes, safety is paramount for them. But for youngsters, return is paramount. Return is very important. And third one is liquidity. Liquidity simply means that I should have money when I need it. If I have got some family obligation, definitely I should have money when I need it. That is liquidity. So please broadly think all these 3 factors while taking your investment decision, but it will change from age to age. When you are young, your focus should be on return. When you have crossed 60, your focus should be solely on safety. And when you are between 40 to 50, when you have got a lot of family obligation, you might liquidity also become an important element while looking at the investment decisions. So invest, what I was talking is, first thing is you have to think about is your risk appetite. And second thing you have to think about yourself is your risk taking, your time horizon of investment. Time horizon of investment, my dear participant, is equally important. And what is time horizon of investment? It simply conveys that I should have money when I need it. And we all, Dr. Aparna, will be needing money in life, not at one go, but for different milestones in our life. We are all middle class, salary class person. We have typical and standard milestones in our life. The first milestone, normally speaking, is marriage, for which we will need huge money. After that, birth of the children, celebration, definitely money will be needed. Then purchase of the house. Every middle class, salary class person will definitely like to have their own house, flat, house, whatever you want, bungalow. For that, you will need huge money. Then four-wheeler, very small thing nowadays. Everybody by now must have got it. But that is also a milestone for which we will need money. After that, Dr. Aparna, nowadays, a new milestone has been added in our life, particularly youngsters' life, at least which were not in our life. That is going on vacations, going abroad, travel across country and beyond that. And that for that also we will need huge money. After that, after some time down the line, after 10, 15 years, your children would have grown up. Definitely you will think of getting them best higher and professional education. Every Indian parent will definitely work hard and like to give best higher and professional education to their children. And for that, you will need huge money. Then once their education is over, marriage of the children is the next milestone normally in our life, for which again we will need money. And lastly, and very importantly, living retirement life, Dr. Aparna, we will need huge money. Huge money. I'm emphasizing huge money. Why? More so when we don't have any pension. I think Alliance is a private university. Otherwise also you don't have pension. But even government, central and state government, most of the state government don't have pension now. And our average life has increased like anything, Dr. Aparna. When we got independence in 1947, average age of Indian was 47 years, which has risen to 71 years. So normal Indian will live beyond minimum 10, 15, 20 years after retirement. From where money will come? Because once we retire, we will not be getting credit of our salary monthly or in our bank account, which we normally get when we are in job. So all these things are milestones. And I will request all of you, even a student, to understand. Take a paper of it, make 3 columns on it. In the first column, just jot down, Dr. Nusrat Humisa, what are our milestones in our life. Normally, I have just shared some milestones, but still, if you have something else, I'm giving you leverage to add on that milestone. In the first column, just jot down the milestone. In the second column, against each milestone, you start putting the period when it is likely to happen, that milestone. Suppose somebody say that he's not married, he or she is not married, likely to be married after 2 years. Put it 2 years against marriage. Likewise, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. You start putting the period when the milestone likely to happen in your life. And Dr. Aparna, the third column, which is more important thing, is now start putting the money which you will need for these milestones. Suppose somebody says that for marriage he or she will need 5 lakh rupees. Put it 5 lakhs against marriage. But Dr. Aparna, today if somebody is thinking about 5 lakhs for marriage, when actual marriage happening after 2 years, it will not be 5 lakhs. Because of inflation, it might be 5.50 or so. So please factor in inflation also while putting the money which you will need for your milestone. Two very important things, milestones I want to discuss with participants. One is higher education and professional education of children. Dr. Aparna, a good MBA degree from a reputed institution today, 2-year MBA degree, will cost not than around 20 lakhs. Regular course, that is today, Dr. Aparna. But those who are young, those who are around 30 today and they have just got kids, or rather they will be getting kids very soon after marriage, their kids will be going for higher education, Dr. Aparna, not today, but after 25 years. So if today the MBA degree costs around 20 lakhs, after 25 years, Dr. Aparna, same degree will cost because of inflation not less than 2 crore rupees per child. And perchance you have got 2 children, the cost of professional education for your 2 kids will be not less than 4 crore rupees. Last milestone I had discussed, retirement life. Normally, what we do when we retired, we get some superannuation benefits, and for in between also we have accumulated some money. So we put that all the corpus, which is normally we call it as a retirement corpus, in some good investment product, get some regular income, and we enjoy our retirement life out of that return on our corpus. Suppose, Dr. Aparna, a 30-year person, suppose he or she says that he can manage his he can manage his monthly expenses at around 30,000 today. It is today, Dr. Aparna. After 30 years, when he or she will be going to retire, has she or he ever thought what will be the monthly expenses? What will be the monthly requirement of money for the same standard of living? My dear participants, the monthly expenses today are 30,000 rupees. It will rise not less than 2 lakh rupees per month after 30 years because of inflation. So in the first year of your retirement, you will need almost 24-25 lakhs. And your retirement corpus should generate that return. Otherwise, how you will enjoy your life? So your retirement corpus, how much you should have your retirement corpus? A thumb rule is there, my dear participant. Your retirement corpus should be minimum 20 times of your annual expenses. Suppose, as we discuss, your retirement expenses around 25 lakhs multiplied by 20. What it becomes? 5 crore rupees. My dear participant, a young investor who is around 30 today will need not less than 5 crore rupees for her retirement, his or her retirement life. Now I want to make you scary, my dear participants. Make the total of the last column and you will get scary, Dr. Nusrat Misa ma'am. A normal middle class, salary class person will need not less than 10 to 12 crore rupees only for her or his milestones. I have not included, Dr. Aparna, the monthly expenses between 30 to 60, that automatically excluded. From where did 10 to 12 crore rupees come? From where it will come? I know Dr. Nusrat Misa ma'am has decided to go for the KBC show with Amitabh Bachchan next season, and she's going to win 7.5 crore. Let it be. Congratulations to you. But what about lakhs of others? What about others? From where they will get money? Yes. Now I want to give confidence to all of them. You all can have 10 to 12 crore rupees for your milestone in your life, provided you start working on your savings and investment right from the first month when you start earning. It is possible. I can give you confidence. It is possible, absolutely possible. But again, concerted efforts are required. Because a return on investment will keep increasing, will keep multiplying, Dr. Aparna, over a period of time. That is why in investment success, patience is the key. Have patience. Keep your investment on track. Keep increasing your saving and keep increasing your investment as well. And all you can have a reasonable money in your life. And the chart which we have just prepared, first column, second column, and third column, Dr. Nusrat Humisa ma'am, it is called financial plan. And I am of the firm opinion, Dr. Aparna, we all should have financial plan. And it is not a rocket science, damn easy thing. Sit with your family, discuss with your family, what are the milestones, when they are likely to come, how much money you will need for each milestone. Once your financial plan is in place, Dr. Nusrat Humisa ma'am, you will have clear goals in your life. You will have clear idea what money you will need at what time and for what purpose. And once you have clarity about the goals and the need of the money, you will definitely work hard. Because now the goals are very clear. So I will request all of you, those faculty members and staff members who are already earning, please prepare your financial plan if you have not done so far. And even youngsters, even students, I want to tell you, when you start earning, in the first year itself, you should have a broad financial plan. And that will give you direction, approach, and purpose of saving and investments. One more very important thing about investment, Dr. Aparna, is rule of compounding. And my dear participants, rule of compounding is eighth wonder of the world. It's eighth wonder of the world. And what is rule of compounding in investment, friends? Simply speaking, you have to make a commitment, you have to make a promise with yourself. Come what may, whatever return I will get or I will earn on my investment. That is very natural. When you will invest, Dr. Aparna, down the line, sooner or later, you will start getting return on your investments. But whatever return I will earn on my investment, may it be 500 rupees, may it be 5,000 rupees, may it be 5 lakh rupees. I will never use that return for my personal consumption. Of course, temptation will be there at that time. It's very easy to say that I should not. But when Dr. Nusrat Humisa ma'am will get 5 lakhs rupees and some return on investment down the line after 5-10 years, whole family will be behind her. Enjoy this money, go on vacation, go on. That is very natural. But you have to be very clear. No, this return I will reinvest. I will not touch this return. Other things we will take care by making extra money of our efforts. But this return on investment, I will reinvest. Whenever I get it, I will reinvest it. I will club that return with my regular investment and I keep reinvesting it. I again repeat, it is not easy, Dr. Aparna, but it is not impossible. You have to make a commitment that come what may, I will keep reinvesting my return on investment. And if you do, rather you have to do it. There is no option of it. If you do it, down the line after 15-20 years, my dear participants, you will be happily surprised that your return portion has become much bigger than your original investment. But it is not going to happen today. It is not going to happen tomorrow. It will take minimum 10, 15, 20 years. So my dear participants, please do religiously follow rule of compounding in your endeavor of investment success. Because this is a magic. This will give you huge money in your life. Money will keep multiplying. Longer period you give to your investments, longer will be the return. Because money will start multiplying every year. And down the line after 10, 15, 20 years, you will have a good amount, rather very good amount to take care of your milestones and to enjoy your life. Now, the second portion, very just next 10, 15 minutes, Dr. Aparna, we will discuss what are the products available in the market for a middle class, salary class person, because that is equally important. After once we have decided, have basic knowledge about the investment metrics, saving, investment, risk management, financial plan, definitely we should also know what are the products available in the market. The first category of the product available in the market, Dr. Aparna, is governmental small saving scheme. And Government of India has started some very good scheme for the middle class, salary class person. I don't have time, so I will not give details of those schemes, but just mention the name. Those who are interested can note down the names. They can explore through Google and websites what are the details of those governmental small saving scheme. First is Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. Public Provident Fund Account, very good scheme of the Government of India. And the beauty of this scheme, Dr. Aparna, is it is triple scheme, exempt, no tax at all. At any level, no tax at all. It's a unique, rather one of the rarest scheme where there is no tax liability. So please think of opening a PPF account, not only of yourself, but also the spouse and even of your kids. Even that today's rate of interest is 7.1%, that is not bad one. Of course, second one is National Saving Certificate, NSC. I will not go into the details, but you just note down the name. If you are interested, you can go into it. Third one is Kisan Vikas Patra. Kisan Vikas Patra. Fourth one is RBI bonds. Reserve Bank of India keep issuing bonds, taxable bond and tax-free bonds. Fifth one is governmental securities. Government of India also, Dr. Aparna, keep issuing securities to the public. Earlier, it was not so easy for the middle class, salary class person, but last year in 2022, RBI has started a dedicated website for governmental securities investment. It is called RBI Retail Direct. RBI Retail Direct. You can go to the website, get yourself registered by giving the necessary information, and then you can invest your small money into the investment period, into the government securities periodically. After that, Government of India, big entities, railways, National Highway Authority, ONGC, all big names, Coal India, they also keep issuing debenture and bond to the public periodically. You can also invest your savings into these schemes. And to channelize the public savings into these entities, government has also started some channel which is called Bharat Bond 1 and Bharat Bond 2. So you can also get details of those schemes and keep investing in it. The schemes which I have just mentioned to all of you, each governmental scheme, and the beauty of these schemes are there is no risk at all. Literally 100% safety. Because these are all sovereign guarantee backed schemes. Of course, the returns are reasonable, no extraordinary return, because we all know the basic rule of economics. More risk, more reward. If you take high risk, there is a possibility of getting higher return. But Dr. Nusrat Misa ma'am, no guarantee. If you take high risk, it doesn't give you the guarantee that you will get high return. But the probability of getting high return increases. So all these schemes do give reasonable return, but with absolute security. The second product where you can invest is property and real estate, where you can invest. You all know about the property and real estate investment. I am not expert on this, so I leave it here. But as a product, you can invest in property and real estate. Third one is gold. Dr. Nusrat Humisa ma'am, gold has been a part of our life, particularly middle class, salary class person. And you might be happy to know, last week I was reading a figure that 13% of the total gold of the middle class across globe are with Indian middle class families. 13%, because we are passionate about gold, particularly female members of our family. Nusruta ma'am belong to that category. We are passionate about gold, and it is not today. For centuries together, gold has been treated as a safety wall. We purchase gold in the form of jewelry or biscuits and keep it at home, and we feel safe. Oh, Baba, we have got enough gold. If something happens, we will make the arrangement of that emergency or some problem out of those golds. But gold normally is a dead investment, my dear participants. Normally, we don't sell gold. Once we purchase it, Nusra, through Misa ma'am, we literally give it to our children. Next generation will get the children, that the gold. Normally, we don't sell gold, except marriage of children and all these things. So, but since India doesn't have gold mines, we have to import gold. And gold is the second category after oil, where we are spending millions and billions of precious foreign exchange every year, because demand is there. So to overcome that, Government of India has come out with a unique scheme that is called Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme, very good scheme of the Government of India. And the purpose of the scheme is very simple. Don't accumulate physical gold at your home. On the contrary, you invest in sovereign gold bond, which is backed by government guarantee. And Government of India is giving you two benefits. First is 2.5% annual interest on whatever amount you invest in sovereign gold bond. And second one is whatever appreciation is there in the gold price. And since the tenure of the scheme is 8 years, suppose today the gold price is 10 gram, 50,000 of 10 gram. Of course, it is more than that, but just for example's sake, suppose that today 10 gram gold price is 50,000, and after 8 years, the gold price goes to 80,000 10 gram, then Government of India will give you 80,000 back. And if you remain in the scheme for 10 years, for 8 years, the tax liability will also be very meager or no tax liability because of indexation benefit. So please do get the details of the sovereign gold bond scheme and try to come out of physical gold accumulation, invest in sovereign gold bond. You will have reasonable appreciation of the gold price on your investment in sovereign gold bond as well. Lastly, where you can invest your money, securities market, share bazaar. But Nusrat Misa ma'am, when I start talking about the security market, some participant may send a message in chat box. Sir, don't talk about security market, it is sheer speculation. How prices of the share goes up, how price goes out, people don't know. And if somebody has invested some of their hard-earned money on the so-called tips or advice of some experts, they might have lost money, and so they are very committed not to invest in security market. But to all of you, I want to tell you, security market is a purely knowledge-based market, my dear participants. Please do understand. Aparna ma'am, security market is purely knowledge-based market, and those who don't have knowledge of the market must not invest into security market directly. The two channels available for direct investment in security market is first through IPO, when company issues their shares or FPOs, and second one is direct purchase and sale of shares. So you should start investing in share market directly only when you have knowledge. But there is an indirect way of investing in security market, my dear participant. That is called mutual fund. Aparna ma'am, mutual fund is nothing but indirect way of investing in security market. But people have perception that mutual fund are also security market only. No, my dear friends. Mutual funds are beyond security market as well. Because Dr. Aparna ma'am, in security market, there are some schemes where your money will be invested into government securities. In mutual fund, there are schemes where your money will be invested into real estate and properties. In mutual fund, there are schemes where your money will be invested in gold, silver, and other commodities. In mutual fund, there are schemes where your money will be invested into security market, of course, and the majority of the scheme relate to security market. It is a fact of mutual fund. Why I told you mutual fund is an indirect way of investing, Dr. Aparna? Because you are not directly investing. You are giving your savings to the experts. Why you are giving? Because of 2-3 reasons. First, I don't have knowledge, but they people are experts in the security market. Naturally, they are better placed to take a good decision with regard to investment as compared to me. Second is, I don't have time, but they are 24 hours involved in the security market. So they are fully occupied in the security market. They have time to manage your money in a more efficient manner. And third one is, they don't have experience. I don't have experience of investment, but they have huge experience of 15, 20, 25 years in the security market. So their decisions are likely to be better than my decision in investing security market. That is why particularly middle class, salary class person have started investing in mutual funds. Last 5 years have shown phenomenal growth of mutual fund investment, Dr. Aparna. Before 5 years, the AMU, asset under management of mutual fund, were hardly 10 lakhs crores of rupees, but now it has risen to 40 lakhs crores of rupees. And this is just the beginning, Dr. Aparna. Next 5 or 10 years, it will definitely touch more than 1 lakh crores of rupees, 1 crore lakhs rupees. So mutual fund is an indirect way of investing. Firstly, you should understand. And the second unique feature of the mutual fund is, for every category of investor, mutual fund schemes are available. Dr. Aparna, suppose you can take high risk, then equity schemes are available for you. If you suppose some other participant have moderate risk appetite, then hybrid funds are available. And the third participant might have least risk appetite, then debt funds are available for him. So as per your risk appetite, mutual fund schemes are available. Likewise, as per your time horizon of investment, Dr. Aparna, mutual fund schemes are available. You can invest your saving even for overnight, one night only. That is called overnight funds. For a single night, you can invest your money. Then, if you want to invest your money for very short period of 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, liquid funds are there. If you want to invest your money for very short period of 3 months to 6 months, ultra short-term debt funds are available. If you want to invest for 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, short duration funds are there, normal debt funds are there. If you want to invest for longer period of 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, and you are young, then equity funds are there for you. So for every category of investor relating to his risk appetite and time horizon of investment, mutual fund schemes are available. The only issue is to select the best scheme, because there are 7,000 plus schemes across mutual fund spectrum. So you have to select the best scheme as per your risk appetite and as per your time horizon of investment. But broadly, 3 categories are there in mutual fund, Dr. Aparna. First is equity fund. As the name shows, your money will be invested into the equity share of the corporates. And you know, the prices of the share every day go up and down, so the risk is very high. So those who are young and those who wish to invest minimum for a horizon of 5 years or more, equity fund is a better proposition for them. But those who can't take very high risk, but are aspiring a little bit more return than normal return, then the other category available for them is hybrid fund. Hybrid fund simply means, Dr. Aparna, some of your money will go to the equity fund, equity share, and some of your money will be go to the debt fund that is giving loan to the corporates. And the third category, where people don't have any risk, least risk appetite. Of course, no 100% guarantee, not that there is no risk, but risk is relatively lesser. That is called debt fund. In debt fund, Dr. Aparna, your money will be given as a loan to the corporate. Understand the difference. In equity fund, your money will be invested into the equity shares. In hybrid fund, some of your money will go to the equity shares and some of money will go as a debt. And in debt fund, 100% your money will given as a loan to the corporate. And when a loan is given, relatively the risk is lesser, but so is the return. So those who are satisfied with the reasonable return, debt fund are a better proposition for them. Mutual fund is a very, otherwise is a subject which I can't justify in 10-15 minutes. Next time, if you people are interested, we can have a dedicated session on mutual fund, minimum 2 hours. That we will do next time. But the best way of investing in mutual fund by a middle class, salary class person, and that I call, Dr. Aparna, magic, is called SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. My dear participant, SIP is a magic. Magic simply means SIP just like recurring account, Dr. Aparna. You are investing, you are depositing some amount regularly in banks by opening recurring account. It is just, broadly, it is just like a recurring account. The minimum amount you can invest is 500 rupees a month. And maximum, there is no limit. And SIP can be started at Aparna, equity fund, hybrid fund, debt fund, other funds. Every category of scheme you can start SIP. Basically, SIP is a mode of investing only. And SIP is more suitable for middle class, salary class person because we get regular salary. We get monthly salary. So investing regularly or monthly is a better proposition for all of us. That is why SIP is a better proposition for all of us. And SIP over a period of time will give you very good return. This is historically speaking. And I just give you one example. Of course, I am not propagating that you should start SIP unless and until you understand the concept of SIP. Dr. S.P. Singh, I will take your name in this example. In 1995, a mutual fund company started an equity fund. And Dr. S.P. Singh, who was very young at that time, he is still very young. He started an SIP of 10,000 rupees per month. Of course, 10,000. You can take it 1,000, just for example's sake. 10,000 rupees per month right from 1995. And he has been investing 10,000 rupees every month right from 1995 till 2023. March has come, Dr. Singh. Regularly. Every month you are investing, which is otherwise a rarity. Because Dr. Aparna, normally what happens when market goes up, people come and start SIP, start investing in share market. But when market goes down, they get scary and they stop their SIP. And this is the blunder they do. I want to tell youngsters, this is the blunder they do. Because Dr. Singh, you will appreciate going up and down is the basic characteristic of the market. Market will always go up and down. Today it is up, tomorrow it will be down, again up, again down. But gradually it will go up. Because Dr. Singh, you might be aware, in 1970, when BSE Sensex was started, it is started at 100. Now it is almost 61, 62. So you see the gradual journey of increase in mutual share market. So I was just mentioning about the Dr. Singh. He started SIP in a equity fund right from 1995, Dr. Aparna, and every month he is investing 10,000 rupees through in SIP in that scheme. I don't know whether Dr. Singh will permit me to mention the corpus he had developed under this scheme, but just for your information, he has got a corpus now of 12.48 crores. That's the magic of SIP. I'm not saying that every scheme given has that return. I'm not saying at all. No guarantee at all. But what I want to tell you here to all the young participants, if you invest regularly for over a period of time, 10, 15, 20 years, Dr. Singh, you are definitely going to make good money or huge money in your life. And one thing more, Dr. Panna, I want to mention here, out of context. I don't know whether you faculty members will agree with me or not. Next 25 years are going to be golden period of Indian economy. I feel so. But only for those who are investors will get benefit out of this golden period. Suppose our GDP will increase like anything, we will be in first two nations. You will be. But then who will be benefiting, Dr. Singh? Only those who are investors. And there are two categories of persons, Dr. Aparna. One category belongs to 99 persons who go to the cricket stadium, see the match, get popcorn, get Pepsi, clap for the good shots by the cricketer, come home, got nothing. Just temporary entertainment. Dr. Singh, are you aware who gets the real benefit? The players who play in the match. The player who play on the ground. Those 11 cricketers get match endorsement, match fee, celebrity status, everything they get. That is because they are investors. They are making efforts through their constant concentration on the game. So, my dear, I will urge all of you, particularly young participants, please be an investor. And if you are an investor, if our country GDP goes high, you will be getting benefits. So SIP is a magic for all of us. I can speak on mutual fund for next half an hour, but Nusra Thumisa ma'am is looking at her watch, and I am also looking at my watch. So I want to finish it. Last 1 minute, I want to tell two things to all of you. Dr. Singh, there is a menace in our country, which is called Ponzi scheme, cheat fund and committees. People do come and they promise you higher return, doubling your money in 3 and 4 years. My dear friends, they are all frauds. I am using very harsh word for them. Never, never, never invest your hard-earned money on the promise of higher return in Ponzi scheme, cheat and committees. Mutual fund is not a Ponzi scheme, mind it. It is regulated by SEBI. Regulator is there. Bank FD is not a Ponzi scheme. It is regulated by RBI. But Ponzi schemes are not regulated by anybody. So please never, never invest your hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, cheat fund and committee. And last thing I want to tell all participants, and for this only, I take this session, Dr. Aparna, prosperity is your right. It is not luck. Because most people think, अरे तकदीर है, पैसा तकदीर से आता है, तकदीर से मुकेश अंबानी बन सकता है, पर हम भी मेहनत से इतना पैसा जरूर अपने हाथ में रख सकते हैं कि हमें जिंदगी आराम से जी सके. So please understand, prosperity is not a luck. It is an effort, concerted efforts, continuous efforts. And my dear participant, some of you might have thought, those who are not belong to a good family, that I belong to a poor family. I want to tell all of you, birth in a poor family, Dr. Aparna, is not a curse at all. It is not a curse at all. But Nusrat Humisa ma'am, living as poor and die as poor is a curse, which we all can avoid by managing our money right from the day we start earning. And if you do it, I can promise you with my experience that you will all be prosper. And prosper, I again mean, doesn't mean to be becoming Mukesh Ambani or a big industrialist. Prosperity simply means I should have money when I need it for my needs, for my desires, and for living a comfortable life. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, sir. There is definitely a risk in investment as it is in our life. Beginning with these words, you gave a difference between money accumulation and wealth creation, brought out our audience with the fear of risk by giving an advice to take calculated risks, and also considered three factors in different time horizons. Youngsters focus on return, in the age of 40 and 50, focus on liquidity, and over 60, concentrate on safety. Sir, for a minute, you also took me to Kaun Banega Crorepati. Definitely my dream. If it happens, whatever return I get, I would make sure that it is invested to live rich and die rich, sir. Thank you so much. I would request Dr. S.P. Singh, before Dr. S.P. Singh, I would request all the participants, if you have any queries relating to this webinar, please post it in the chat box. We will have a question and answer session for...
No, ma'am, what we can do, we can unmute them now. They can directly ask the question as well.
Yeah, they either post in the chat box, or you can just raise your hand, we'll unmute you so that you can ask your queries.
But before that, I will request Dr. Aparna to give her opinion about the session. I would like to be enriched by her opinion and advice to make it more better.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for choosing me in this session. It was so knowledgeable, sir. Actually, all the young participants, it's very useful for the young participants as well. They should take your guidelines and follow your directions. Immediately they start earning, they have to go with a saving, and saving leads to investment. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Now, the platform is open for questions.
Sir, Surya Kumar sir, actually Surikant sir, it was very nice, informative session. Abdul Hamid here.
Yeah, I know,
thanks for accepting our request and giving such an informative session. I just want to request you to throw your insights with regard to the regulation of Bitcoin, because you are coming from with a large experience from SEBI. So what is your thought about that particular sector?
Sir, this is the question I get in every of my session.
Right. Okay.
And very honestly, my answer is very blunt and very clear.
Right.
Please avoid investing a single penny in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, because it is not regulated. Because it is not legal till today. Once it is made legal after, and when some regulator, of course, mostly RBI will be there, then we can think, when we will discuss about the pros and cons of investment in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. But I am of the opinion, sir, avoid investing a single penny in cryptocurrency, because you have seen last 4 years, people had invested and lost huge amount.
True.
Yeah,
I purposefully raise this question because to my knowledge, many of our students, I have heard saying them, they have made some good money and they used to trade in Bitcoin. I used to tell them it's very risky not to go for that particular investment avenue, but I want them to hear from your mouth. That is the reason I raised this question.
Sir, very honest. One more thing I want to mention here, of course, out of cryptocurrency, your students might also be active in futures and options in security market.
Yes.
But last week only, Dr. Aparna, SEBI has announced some data on future and options, and SEBI has come out that out of 100, 90% have lost their money in future and options. 90. only 3% have made money and 3% have been flat. So you can see the proposition, because people are very tempted in the cryptocurrency, future and options, and some people make good buck and quickly. But I take the life, or I think the life is totally differently. Dr. Aparna, we are middle class, salary class person. Money is very, very important one. And even a single penny which we save, we sacrifice something. That is why you have to make it a point that you save your money, which you have saved out of sacrifices, prudently, and in such a manner that you get reasonable return in reasonable time. Because if you go for higher promises, doubling your money in 3 or 4 years, or in cryptocurrency, or in future and options, I can give you best wishes, but with warning, please avoid it.
Yeah, sir, there is a question in the chat box. Taking the recession, which is becoming a threat, how to choose the script, how to choose the shares in this particular scenario?
Sir, again, selection of share is not a one-time job. You have to be constantly touch with the market, because market dynamics change every day, sir. Every day. Today, some sector is going up. Yesterday, other sector was down. And even among the sectors, some corporates are doing very well, and some corporates are not doing so well, and some corporates are rather losing money. So selection, fundamentally speaking, selection of corporate has to be dependent on the strength of the company, that is financials and management and future prospect. 3 broad parameters are there: balance sheet, management, and future prospects. Beyond that, of course, the prices or the share prices are being affected not only by the performance of the corporate, beyond that also, how economy is behaving, how international market is behaving, what is geopolitics and is playing out across the globe. So all these things has to be taken into account. But fundamentally speaking, again, I think balance sheet, management, and future prospect of the product of the company.
Right, sir. Again, one more participant has asked, which is a better investment, mutual fund or direct shares? Of course, you have answered during your presentation also. So,
sorry, sir, if you have knowledge, if you have got time to analyze the scripts, then you can go directly. But if you don't have knowledge, if you don't have time, then employ someone to manage your money. And Dr. Aparna, mutual fund is nothing but you are employing someone who is an expert for management of your money. Of course, he or she will charge some money, that is called expenses. They will definitely take as per SEBI regulations. But why I am employing someone to manage my money? Because I don't have knowledge, I don't have time. If I have time, if I have knowledge, then okay, you go and directly invest it. Nobody is forbidding you.
One more interesting question I saw in the chat box. They were asking about the impact of Adani downfall. So that's a question which is in the mind of everyone, I know.
Sir, basically, it has more political flair than
yeah, correct.
Because answers can be given both ways. Honestly speaking, answer can be given both ways. Firstly, Adani companies have not vanished. Mind it. Adani companies have not vanished. They have got international tenders. They have got international projects. Of course, if they have done some hanky-panky, the investigation which had been ordered by the Supreme Court will take care of those things. But Adani as such is not going to affect the market or Indian growth story as such. This is my personal opinion.
Right, sir.
It might have some temporary effect, but sooner or later we will come out of it. And these things will keep happening, sir. One more thing I want to tell you. When market expands, these things will keep happening. Frauds will keep happening in market. Nobody can stop it, very honestly. But the magnitude of the fraud and how fast we take remedial action, that is equally important.
Any queries from audience? Nushat ma'am, you can.
I don't see any questions as such, sir, as of now.
Ah.
But everybody is appreciating this presentation, or this session is to be very informative, very knowledgeable. Sir, I mean, everybody has just thrown up their opinion as excellent presentation. They have definitely divulged into your investment strategies, your advices, a lot of key takeaways, and they have definitely, I feel that they are very satisfied with your presentation on investments.
I am very much thankful that more than 400 plus participants have joined this. Honestly, it is an honor for all of us.
Yes,
and
sir.
I am very happy that people are interested to know about, because normally personal finance things are which a dry subject. People don't want to talk about personal finance. Arey Baba, we know everything. Because the general tendency of person, arey hame sab aata hai, chodo na. But I feel such sensitization and Dr. Aparna motivation, I think it is a need of the hour, particularly for young generation.
Aparna ma'am has a question. You can unmute and ask directly.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
In fact, anybody from audience, if they want to have questions.
Sir, actually, the world is facing recession. So how it impacts India?
It will.
How far we are going to face the recession and inflation factor, interest factors, now that RBI has increased the basis points and the interest on loans and of course deposits to a minute percentage has been increased. This impact in 23 as well as 24, what will be the impact, and what type of investments we can choose?
Ma'am, honestly speaking, I personally feel, again my personal opinion only, and I am not an economist, I am not an expert, I am just a layman, but I feel it will have impact because the international trade, ma'am, has integrated like anything. So we are going to be affected. But at the same time, we have got strength. We have got a huge market of 140 crore people. And we have got the best mind in the world. Now it has been proved. We will be affected, but we will not be affected so much that we will go down. Of course, the GDP rate might slow down a little bit, but we will sustain, we will stay, and we will come out of it in a more better way. Long-term story is intact. This is my opinion.
So shall we go with a long-term investment, sir? Like
definitely, ma'am. Definitely.
3 years, 2 years, in order to be safe.
Minimum 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Minimum 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years.
But more if you can go, better will be the results.
Yes, sir. Minimum of 3 years. Sir.
Minimum 3 years. Minimum 3 years.
Okay.
Participants, feedback link is shared on the chat box. Kindly fill it. It will be closed by 4:30. So I request all of you to fill the feedback form with your registered link. And also your certificates will be distributed in a week's time on your registered emails. Kindly fill the form, feedback form that is shared on your chat box. Do we have any more questions?
If anyone is having questions, they can raise hand also. We can unmute them.
Yeah. I don't see any questions, sir.
Fine, ma'am. Then Surikant sir, if there is no questions, can we wind up?
Yes, sir, time has come.
Sir,
yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. Singh, sir. Yes, sir. Singh, sir. Yeah.
Sir, just one thing. I was just thinking of this SGBs that you talked about. So what is your take, sir? As an investor, SGB is better for me or gold ETF is a better idea?
Sir, देखिए, gold ETF honestly speaking, is not a bad idea. I will not say a good idea. Gold ETF is not a good idea. But SGP, sir, is a very good scheme for the general middle class person. Very honestly speaking. Why? Because firstly, they are assured of 2.5% annual interest. First thing. Secondly, whatever appreciation is there in gold price, and since we all know gold price are going to be up every year. You might remember, Dr. Aparna ma'am must be knowing it. In 2006, the gold price was 6,000 rupees 10 gram. Where it is now? Because more geopolitical tension things up, the thumb rule is there. More geopolitical tension, more stress, more conflict, gold will rise. Because major governments will start accumulating golds. Major corporates will start accumulating gold. That is why gold prices are on. It is not because of you and me. Because regions are different. And SGP, I again repeat, I feel personally is a very good scheme for the middle class of the because Dr. Aparna, if you accumulate physical gold, there are two factors. One is if you keep it at home, you will not have sound sleep. If you keep it in locker, you will have to pay annual locker charges. And honestly speaking, no appreciation. Because when you going to sell the gold after 5-10 years, Nusrat Misa ma'am, jeweler will cut 40% making charges. Then 10% purity charges. Where we are. In SGP, 100% appreciation will be shared with you. And if you continue with the scheme for 8 years, the tenure of the scheme, literally the tax liability will also be bigger, no tax liability. That is why I personally feel SGP is okay with the middle class. Exchange trader funds, you are talking about the gold. Only those who have knowledge. Only otherwise, better to invest in SGP and forget.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Ranjit. Yeah, Ranjit.
Yeah, Mr. Ranjit. Bhargav.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Can you share me your things about the India introduced, the RBI introduced the digital currency,
Yes, sir.
How it works and how it's help for the common man.
Sir, had you thought of digital payment 10 years back? Had you thought of it? But where we are now, even for a cup of tea, we pay Paytm or Google Pay. Digital. Sir, I tell you one thing, ma'am, Dr. Aparna ma'am might be knowing, the printing and circulation of currency has got very high cost. Very high cost. If we go digital currency, with digital currency, that cost will automatically diminish. And government, and for that matter, India will be saving crores and crores of rupees in printing note and circulating it. That is why digital currency, I feel, is the need of the hour. And it will be a part of our life down the line after 5 years, as has been the part of our Paytm and the Google Pay and all these things. It is a good step by the RBI.
Okay,
yes, Mr. Harish.
Sir, just before going to Harish, following Ranjit's question, so it was introduced to comfort the people, as you said rightly, digital currency, all this Paytm, PhonePe and all. But now we are going to have charges for it. Is it not going to be a burden on the people? Because earlier we don't have charges. Now you are going to pay for all the online transaction, right?
Sir, charges are actually, we Indians are fond of having everything free. Yes, it is a fact of our life.
Right.
जो चीज फ्री मिलती है वो अच्छी है. This is our mindset. Like, but sir, charges will be very minimum. Firstly, secondly, again keeping cash and transacting cash will give you some sort of uncomfortability over a period of time. But digital payment, I again tell you, charges will be very, very, very minimum.
I understand. See, from a consumer point of view, I do agree, and it's not a big burden. But from the shopkeeper's point of view, I have seen and heard many of the retail level shopkeepers. They don't want to go for this online payment. They said, "Sir, better we'll go back to our old system of cash-based payment."
Sir, I tell you one thing. I just give an example out of context only. I had a taxi vendor in my office in Sebi. When this online payment of the toll was started almost 2-3 years back, he was very confident. अरे सर ये तो बंद हो जाएगा, हमारे देश में कुछ ऐसा चल ही नहीं सकता. आप छोड़िए, उसने he didn't took that tag, वो जो टैग आता है डिजिटल पेमेंट का, वो लिसने फॉर ईयर 1 year he didn't took the tag because he was confident कि ऐसा होने वाला नहीं है, ये इंडिया में स्कीम फेल होने वाली है. But now you see the proposition. Government has got literally 10,000 crores rupees extra this year. 10,000 crores. Otherwise, पहले pilferage लोग people were not paying online and offline. So, आप जो बात what you are saying, sir, is right. But now the time is for technology. Life is will not be like that which used to be earlier. And particularly most of the Indians have typical mindset. वैसा ही चलेगा, वो ज्यादा अच्छा था. Actually, हमारे दिमाग में ये जो पहले था वो बहुत अच्छा था. This is not the case. What is, yeah, very honestly speaking. Can you imagine, sir, that everything is in your mobile? There was a time, Dr. Aparna, when we were in the queue for making payment of electricity bill, for telephone bills. You see where we have come. And if you don't come, you will be far behind. Because change will not wait for you. You will have to go with the change.
Exactly. Right. Any more questions?
Mr. Harish had raised his hand.
Revati.
Revati. Yeah,
Yeah, Revati, ma'am.
Mr. Sabza, can you give her permission?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Sir, SIP and NIP is there, sir. Which one is best, sir?
SIP and?
NIP. Mutual funds.
No, SIP, ma'am. SIP, NIP, I have not heard. Can you elaborate what is NIP? SIP is simply a regular investment.
Yeah.
What is NIP?
Sir, NIP, new fund investment, sir. New funded investment.
No. That is it. No, ma'am. That is a different thing. SIP can be started in the existing funds only.
Okay.
When new funds come, that is NFO, new funds
NFO, yes, sir.
Yeah, NFO, yeah, NFO.
Yeah.
So, because mutual fund keep issuing new schemes, announcing new schemes. So, what I think your question is whether existing schemes are okay or whether NFO is okay.
Yeah.
I personally feel that since existing schemes have some history, they have got some performance data, they have got a fund manager performance. That is why, and NFO is a new one. You don't know how they will perform. So for the time being, you stay with the existing scheme and wait for new scheme to perform in a year or two. Then you can think of switching from your existing scheme to the new scheme. Wait for it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So nice of you. Yes, sir. Singh Saab, better we should wind up now.
Yeah. That is the last question. Now I invite our star investment faculty of Alliance University, Dr. S.P. Singh, to give a word of thanks, sir.
But ma'am,
over to you, sir. Over to you. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I am more interested to know about the opinion of a star investor in your university about the session.
Sir, he will define it in his vote of thanks, sir. He will definitely share it in
because
his
vote of thanks is a formality.
He'll share his opinion along with that, sir.
I will request
much,
him to give his opinion. That is more important for me.
Over to you, sir.
Good evening, one all present. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words. But then everybody knows, at least Alliance people know, that this word is too much. I'm still a student, nothing like investor and nothing like a star investor.
For us, you are, sir.
Since I'm an investment student, I always start and always finish with what Warren Buffett or Rakesh Jhunjhunwala say. So Warren Buffett once said, if you don't find a way to make money when you are sleeping, you will have to work for your entire life. And he further goes on saying that one should never depend on single income. One should create investment to have a secondary source of income. And we all have seen this in COVID. And same thing Sir has said. And Sir said he wants an honest opinion. So sir, it will not be a formality. Whatever I'll say, it will be a reality only.
Thank you.
So for me, what an enriching webinar it was. I mean, these were 2 hours well invested, I'll say. And I'm sure this is the opinion of all the people who have attended this webinar. It's really a matter of pride and honor for me to propose this vote of thanks. Sir, I have attended your webinars on the same topic, this personal financial planning and wealth management in past also. This is, I think, my 5th or 6th webinar that I'm attending on the very same topic and from the same speaker.
Honored, sir.
Every time I have found something new. And the best thing that I'm amazed of that this is a very complicated topic with kind of simplicity. You get along with this topic. I'm really amazed every time. The topic seems so simple, otherwise which is so complicated. So thank you so much. Thank you so very much for giving us these simple tips and explaining. I'm sure this is going to be extremely beneficial for all the participants, particularly the students, because as you said, they are going to lead the country and it is their age when they should start investing. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. At the very same time, I would like to thank our top leadership team, top management, for their constant support and constant guidance for organizing this program and their constructive divergence. This is how it should be done and all that. And at the same time, I would like to thank our Honorable Dean Sir and Area Chair Sir for organizing this webinar and giving us this opportunity to listen to this wonderful talk. And sir, we are looking forward to your visit to our campus. Please find some time so that we can personally meet you and get the benefit, all of us and all our students. And last but not the least, certainly, I'm thankful to all the participants for their active participation. I'm sure all of us are richer now in terms of understanding, and this understanding we can convert in terms of better investment and earn better returns. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. Over to you, Nisud ma'am.
Singh Saab, on my behalf and on behalf of Amfi, I am thankful to all of you, particularly Dr. Abdul Hamid sir, who has been working very hard for this program for last 15 days. Thank you very much, sir. I'm also thankful to Dr. Aparna, Registrar sir, Nusrat Misa ma'am, Singh Saab, and all faculty members. And honestly, I am honored when I hear that a master of investor like Dr. Singh is attending my webinars. I'm a student, sir. I'm a student. I feel honored that intellectuals like you attend my program and appreciate it. And very honestly, now this is my mission to take it forward, because I have done more than 600 webinars during pandemic. And the purpose is very simple, just to sensitize young minds particularly that they can also make money. They can also be successful investors. So I am thankful to all of you. I am thankful to the participants. And of course, special thanks to Mr. Sabjar for coordinating this event with your university. And I heartily accept invitation of Professor Singh to be with you very soon. I will let you know, and definitely we will meet. And I will feeling happy to be with all of you. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
So much, sir. Thank you so much.
Sorry for this audacity, although I should not speak once you have spoken. But this is really embarrassing for me, a person like you calling me intellectual. Nothing like that, sir. Nothing like that. And on behalf of all of us, we sincerely thank Amfi and Sabzar Ahmed ji for their support, for collaboration with us and organizing this webinar. We want many such webinars to be organized in future, and we'll be in touch with you for that, sir. And we'll request the same. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. Over to you, Nusrat ma'am.
Thank you so much. Dear participants, another reminder to complete your feedback that is shared on the chat box before 4:30 to get your certificates on your registered email IDs. Thank you all dear participants. Thank you, Hamid sir, our ever engaging area chair with all these programs and events. Thank you all dear faculty members who have joined this program. May I wind up now, sir?